you can see for yourself here, this part of our district in Sun Valley is a magnet for, well, dumping. You can tell. Mattresses, wood, trash, probably things and byproducts from some of the area businesses that use couches that use Peoria Street as their own, well, garbage can. And the folks in the area and the local leadership, they are on it. They're out here all the time cleaning it up, whether it's the local council office or sanitation. And the area businesses here too, the one to your left and to our right, they also take responsibility. The problem is we got to be vigilant. And this area, despite the fact that you've got a lot of this vigilance with community folks doing cleanups, with the city doing its cleanups, it just gets worse. It's a continuous problem here because the second after you clean it up, the following evening, the following weekend, or after the weekend, you got trash. I'm not just talking what we just saw. I've been with the city out here and they just remove tons of trash over a period of time. And granted, this area is pretty industrial, but that doesn't mean that we can't keep our neighborhoods clean. So I'm working on a legislation to close this street down. Now you probably might be thinking to yourself, well, isn't that something that could happen already? Sounds pretty easy. Why can't local government do that? The problem is this: you can close down a street for a temporary amount of time because of illegal activity like crime, solicitation, or a whole host of other criminal activities that are in the vehicle statute code. But one of the interesting crimes that you can't close down a street for, even if it's just temporary, is for illegal dumping. So we're going to change that in state law so that illegal dumping is now one of the litany of criminal offenses that can happen in terms of a criminal nuisance, a neighborhood nuisance, and you could close down a street. Obviously, we're not going to do that willy-nilly without community support. So both property owners here that you see on this street, they have to be part of that process. And they are. They've indicated a willingness to the city and to the city attorney that they would like that street closure, and only they can access the street during normal business hours. The challenge, of course, is what happens when the cameras aren't playing during the daylight and folks aren't watching. That's when folks come in. They come into our neighborhood and just dump trash, debris, sometimes drug paraphernalia, or even worse. So with our bill, we're hoping that we can make a little bit of an impact here by increasing the quality of life of this neighborhood in Sun Valley. And Sun Valley is not unique. This is a problem that you'll find in other parts of the state and the Central Valley and Northern California. But what we're talking about here is increasing the quality of life by getting rid of nuisance problems and closing down the street.